hard not to like focus on Seth's breathing there, but he's like. You know what? For the Turtle Wax partnership was awesome. It was the first time we've ever done like that sort of activation as a company. It's very well known in the industry as like options, right? When you're a sponsor, when you're somebody trying to sell something, you do certain activations. So for them, for a non-endemic brand like Turtle Wax to come in and want to do a 3-month activation with us was amazing, right? Because they literally had that much faith in us. They said, you know what, it's only going to take 3 months. We have this budget. We're going to spend it on them. We're going to do some cool stuff. And the amount of coverage that we got off of that, like, it was insane. We were everywhere. We did Fortune magazine, Wall Street Journal, like Forbes, like we did everything. We were everywhere, which was really amazing. Obviously, you know, getting paid to partner up with a non-endemic, bringing attention to both, you know, Optic and Call of Duty, and also like getting the exposure that we did was amazing. Thanks for an awesome partnership, the Turtle Wax team. They just sent us, since as you guys know, the activation was a 3-month-long thing, but all right, so I opened these, and these pictures are awesome. They're from the photo shoot. We're gonna hang them up in the house, obviously, as soon as like today. Here's another one, but Hitch opens up this box and says, "No, man, there's nothing in there," and then goes like this. I'm like, "What is that?" And then we just realized, Chipotle. See, Turtle Wax, you really knew us. Hope you come back next year.
They saved my life. I went down in a ditch and he cleaned up my bike. Couldn't complain. And then driving all those exotic cars in Vegas was... I don't like cars, and that was cool as hell.
What do you mean you don't like cars?
I don't like cars. I literally don't like cars. I have no interest to go out and buy a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, a Maserati. I want a Jeep like Hitch, and then maybe...
take everything off? Like the skeleton?
Exactly.
So do I. I mean, everybody out there wants a Jeep like that. Everyone. If there's somebody out there, if you're sitting there saying like, if you're sitting there saying like, I wouldn't want one, you're lying to yourself. Those Jeeps are awesome.
Oh my, the fracture moves right as I'm about. Oh shit! This guy's a gold mine. Give me all this. I got 7 of these things. Oh my goodness, I got 7 of them. Oh my, what? Wait!
I've been slacking a little bit on YouTube over the past couple of days. Not entirely my fault though. The power went out yesterday, like right as I was about to record.
That sucked.
That was unfortunate timing, and then the power came on. It was too late, and we were about to scrim anyway, so I like couldn't record. And then today, my Elgato decided to shit the bed, and I think it's because of the power surge, because our power went out. So I think that's what caused it. But past 2 days for me have just been like stressful and not good content-wise. But other than that, I mean, I'm always pretty consistent with uploading and trying to come up with different stuff. I mean, it's sort of hard being a competitive player because we don't really have as much time, and we don't have like all day to just record. So we sort of have to like rush things a little bit more. But other than that, I think it's pretty much the same.
You double upload like every single day.
Yeah, I try to. Well,
you don't even have to do that.
That's the thing about being a competitive player. Like, we can post a really good gameplay, and people.
You guys can get really good gameplays.
And we can get really good gameplays, and people like
consistently.
Want to see that. But like, people are always like vlog, and I'm like, dude, I don't have time to vlog. It's like not possible. I mean, it is, but it's not. And I don't do anything anyway besides go to the gym, go to Chipotle, come home, and do my thing. So.
Content grind, like the next 2 weeks for me, I'm literally just gonna be playing like a dumb amount of Call of Duty to finish like my biggest video. Then after that, it's just smooth sailing. I feel honestly, like with my content, I feel like it's been a little bit repetitive, editing wise, because that's why I do it. I have a lot of fun with editing, and recently I've just been like switching it up and just doing a lot more different things. And I've really been enjoying that, and it's been a while since I was like super stoked to like upload a video like and show people like what I edited and like, you know, just entertaining video. It's been good.
Flanking.
Do it!
One more.
One in palace.
2v1,
Nice
2v1.
I killed one at Palace.
So did Hutch.
Oh, behind me!
I got him.
Aim.
Shit.
Let's go, Jackson!
All right, so the Ultimate of Optic, you played a couple of Ultimate of Optic matches.
Ghost, yeah.
Ghost.
Yeah.
So Ultimate of Optic was like the second most watched Call of Duty esports team during Ghosts, right? So you had the main team, right? Like it was Nate, Seth, and everybody else. That was the main watch team. Like they had all the audience, and then it was the Ultimate of Optic in viewership and numbers, and then it was like Optic Nation, and then everybody else. So we were the second most watched, right? I'm not gonna take credit for that, or gonna give my amazing personality credit for that, or the good looks, okay? But it was good. I mean, we did have Fwiz at the time, and Fwiz was like insanely funny, like really, really funny, because we put everybody on edge, right? When Fwiz and I double teamed, no matter who it was, they got off.
I think when I played with you guys in Ghost, I didn't play with Fwiz. I think it was you, me, Diesel, and
But you were
Jay.
good though, so there was nothing to complain
exactly.
about.
But he'll roast anyone for anything. It doesn't even matter. I mean, it's the same with you.
Yeah.
And then if both you guys tag teaming people, Jay must be hating it. You guys are jumping on Jay.
At the time we did.
Okay.
I miss him. You know, it's like I always pick on people just to be funny, but when somebody else is doing it and doing a good job, I just sit back and it's like enjoy the show. But we came back after like a 2-year break, so we took a break for Advanced Warfare and like the majority of Black Ops 3. But we started playing Jay, Diesel, Hutch and myself are the core 4. But since Diesel was in San Diego Comic-Con, we were playing with Courage, or Jack, the caster, who's really, really good.
I'm gonna fuck
Jack's in
you.
trouble. Jack's in trouble.
I got one. Got 2.
Oh, okay, top
Last
mid,
guy.
top mid.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Nice job.
Win, boys.
Look at that,
I got
Hutch.
that clean up,
Dual
boy.
10 bombs,
I got
baby.
that clean up.
Playing with Ultimate of Optic is a really interesting experience because these are guys that have played together for years. So I'm the newcomer coming in, trying to fit in with the team. They've been very welcoming so far. They've kind of assigned me as team leader when I'm there, so I'm shot calling, and then Hex makes fun of me for a decision, and then Jay chimes in, and Hutch is there as well. So it's been a pretty stressful experience so far, to say the least. Who's the best on the team? It's definitely not Hex. Hex has gone 2-9 in almost every single game we've played. It's up between Hutch and Jay for me. Hutch gets some good snipes here and there, doesn't really know the call-outs all that much, but he's someone that can bring the clutch factor to the team. Jay, he's a team player. He's the guy that picks up the objective, gets it down, covers the bomb, makes sure there's no ninjas. Hex is the guy that watches the flank, dies, and then either makes fun of or supports his teammate and then makes fun of them in whatever scenario they're in. Honestly, they're a great group, and I definitely look forward to playing with them more in the future.
I told them, like, you're the captain. You know, you watch these professional nerds play at the highest level of Call of Duty. You know the ins and outs. So I want you to tell us what to do. Harness my abilities, harness my skill, and just drive it. And we did, and we won.
You guys lost yet?
Yes, every single match.
Pro player Crimsix has decided to stop streaming. For now. During the latest episode of Vision, Crim revealed he was getting too stressed out and wants to stop streaming in preparation for COD XP in September.
I need that to just go away for a little bit and just focus on myself.
Turns out, that's also the good news. After a disappointing 8th place finish at the CWL Stage 2 finals, Optic fans should be happy to hear that the squad is hunkering down to practice as much as possible.
Since Season 2, we've amped up the practice just a little bit. A lot of teams have actually been taking off, which is weird because we have a tournament in like a week, so you'd think that they would be playing a lot more, but people are getting complacent. Much like we did, we've pretty much scrimmed every single night, I think. Played Envy the past 2 nights, beat them both series, although it was on our host. We've been playing well, playing a lot, and I think we're going to be more prepared for this next event.
Formal is sleeping right now. Seth is sleeping. But that's only because we're up until like all hours of the night practicing. Specifically, Crimsix. Crimsix is such a nerd that on Saturday he said, I'm not gonna go to the UFC, I'd rather play. And I was like, you nerd ass, what do you mean?
It's a once
I said,
in a time
"There's
thing."
3 hours. Take a 3-hour break. He's like, no. I'm just gonna sit, I'm gonna stay here and play. I'm like, Seth is coming with. He's like, I'll play 8s. And I was like, all right. And then later on, I get a text. He's like, yo, Karma, you wanna go? Karma was sick, so that's why he didn't go, so I'll give him a pass on that. But Crimsix texted chat. He's like, yo, anybody want to go see Star Trek? And I was like, wait a minute. So you're not gonna come and hang out with your friends and see a dope ass live event as it was for the UFC, but you're gonna go see a movie that you can see on Sunday. You know, it's like it's a nerd, bro.
He's a lone wolf, man. Always
No,
been, always will.
I respect it, but damn. Yeah, I think the loss really like woke them up a little bit, right? Now, whether it awoke a beast within, that's a different story. But it definitely remotivated them. It showed that they were not invincible, right? Again, I keep saying it, and I sound like a broken record, but I don't care. It's like they were too comfortable with each other, right? They knew that they had, you know, Karma, Seth, and Formal by their side, or you know, Krim, the Clutch Master by his side. So they all became very like passive and very complacent, and in the fact that they're like, all right, we're never gonna lose. We're never gonna lose. I have this guy on my team. Why would I lose? I'm not gonna lose. They lost.
The fact that Krim's not streaming to like champs shows like how much he wants it, and like that's a lot of like income.
Kid's a weirdo.
I know.
The only thing that would make sense to not stream is SND, but we're all streaming anyway, so like, is Krim that self-centered that he thinks that people are only watching his gameplay when you have 3 other people on Optic Gaming that stream? Come on, Crim6.
I didn't think about that.
They're gonna see it anyway, man. Like, turn
Hey
on
man,
the
he
stream.
wants it, man.
But the other 3 of us, it completely defeats the purpose. We're all streaming, so like, if he's not streaming, it's like, oh, I'll just go watch Matt, I'll go watch Damon.
Does Krim just have like really like unique spots that like no one knows?
No.
Oh.
Not at all.
Wow. I think he doesn't want to stream because he just doesn't want like anything to distract him from like practice or anything like that.
I mean, when I stream scrims, personally, I don't like, I read the chat, I skim it, but I don't read it, because I just know that if you lose a map, it's like witch hunt. If you win a map, I mean, that's fun to read, but you lose a map, all the people that want to see you lose come out of the woodwork, so it's like, I try to not ignore it, but like not really pay attention to it, because I know that most of it's just banter and trolls during scrims, so, I mean, I get where he's coming from, but
I wouldn't know. I don't stream.
So that's where they're at. They're just grinding their asses off. They have no ass now. How do they poop?
I'm snotted.
6 tickets.
What?
So all of the Optic guys decided to take a night off. Well, most of the Optic guys decided to take a night off of everything. Went out to the UFC fight. It was an experience. I don't think any of us have been to a UFC fight before, so it was definitely a different experience. I've never really been to, I've been to like one professional basketball game, so just being in like that type of arena with that many people and as loud as it was, even though, no offense, the card wasn't like a huge pay-per-view Anderson Silva McGregor type card. It wasn't as popular as that. I don't really keep up with the UFC, so I wasn't familiar with any of the names, but regardless, it was definitely a fun time, and it made me realize how insane human beings actually are.
Oh, he's against the gate. I'm taking advantage. Bang on him. Get him, Cruz. Let's go, baby. Knock him out. Let's go. This shit's over. Let's go, baby.
So the UFC was kind of cool because Embos Embos was uploading a whole bunch of like fighting videos, and they were doing really good. I don't know why he stopped uploading them, because they were doing really, really well. He was getting a lot of views, or good enough views, better than his usual ones. I think Embos' channel is kind of weird though, because he switches so much that if he like picked a plan and a path of content, I think that he would be better off. So I think that's a talk that I'm gonna have with him later on. You too, you suck, right?
I suck. I mean, I finally figured out like a schedule of this month, and this is my best month.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
You don't know how to figure out.
I got Munchie. I mean, cause like I stopped competing, and then like gaming was just like, do I really enjoy gaming as much? And then yesterday I just played Pomage and some Black Ops 2. Let those videos come out.
Oh, dope. All right.
But
all right, so at least you're doing.
Yeah, I got Munchie Monday, vlog Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, random video Wednesday, random videos Saturday, and then Sunday is moto vlog.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna tell you, like my dad told me, if you're not working or going to school, the fuck out of my house. I don't know. I've always been a fan of the UFC. I've been watching UFC since I was 13 years old. I'm 36, so for the past 13 years, I've been.
What do you think about the heavyweights?
First of all, I tested you right there. 13 years. I'm 36.
I zoned out for a second, so I apologize.
Anyway, so I've been watching it for a very long time, since like before there were even any rules, before like when a big fat bastard was fighting like some little skinny dude from Brazil, right? And that, like, no rules. People were punching each other in the nuts. They were elbowing back of the head. Like, rules were not there. So I've been watching that for a long time. So I've always been a big fan of the UFC. I followed them. They followed me back a long time ago. And they're like, hey, you know, we see that the guys at the house are really into UFC. We'd like to treat them to a VIP experience at the UFC, and you know, we'll give you X amount of tickets, and all we want is for you guys to like tweet out a couple of things from the event, shit that we would already do anyway, be part of the vlog, right? Yeah. So we're like, all right, win-win. We get free tickets, VIP experience, but we didn't do the VIP experience because everybody's so tired. Everybody's so like, I don't want to go at 120. What are we gonna do for 4 hours? We could have gone at 120, met Joe Rogan, met the fighters. And then after that, I've been like,
the ring girls. Can't forget about the ring girls.
Yeah, you guys. You young men. Don't put me in that, Jude.
Okay.
He said it.
I died. Whitehall, 2 of them, and 2 in nest.
Got one.
Nade it.
I'm in. Got this. Nest for Nick. Got this.
Nice.
Bottom nest.
Bottom nest on you. Me too.
One shot.
Two in nest.
Two more there.
Dude, their whole fucking team is there.
Please, God.
Let's go! Let's go!
You may or may not know there is the finals coming up. Unfortunately, the Optic Halo team didn't make the finals, that being just the top 4 teams from the Pro League. But the bottom 2 teams, which were us and Liquid, the 7th and 8th seed, we are invited out to finals to play against the 2 top AM seeds from the open bracket, and that will be this weekend in LA, a place called LA Live. So that will be a double elimination tournament, just between 4 different teams, and if we pretty much win 2 matches, and we keep our pro seed for next season.
Team's definitely been improving. I jumped into some scrims last night against one of the teams we will potentially play during relegation, so we're going to continue playing forward to hold our 7th and 8th seed at this tournament, which is going to be super big. It's super important because if we get knocked out, then you have to go through that entire amateur bracket, play I think like 2 to 3 months before the next relegation to finally see if you can become pro once again.
How many months?
It'll be 2 or 3, I think. I think that's kind of how long this season was. Last night we ended up, like I said, playing one of the AM teams. I was in there for 7 games. We went up 5-2, and then I had to go to bed. I was like up 7 a.m. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm just not built for that lifestyle currently right now. I need to rebuild it up, but I think they're gonna do good. The communication sounded great. There's still complaining a lot. Everyone seems to always kind of jump on when something bad goes on, but it seemed to improve a lot better. Nick's been playing a lot better in my opinion. His shot's always been good, but I feel like he finally understands the game to where people want him to know how to play the game, and now it's just going to be executing and clutching up this weekend.
I'm sure, as you guys know, practice for us has definitely been a struggle, but as of lately, the past 2 weeks, I'd say, our practice has definitely improved. We're winning a lot more games. We're winning a lot more series. I think the 2nd seeded team, yeah, they are the 2nd seeded team, E6, we scrimmed them just 2 days ago. Had a really close series against them, so as of lately, we have been looking really good.
Then after this tournament, I mean, depending no matter what, it's cool that ESL is allowing the managers, coaches to still play in the amateur bracket. So I'm going to try to play in an amateur bracket. We talked about this, or in the amateur league. And obviously with no other players from other orgs or anything like that, just kind of make, I guess, a fresh new roster and just play. Why? Because I'm kind of bored and I want to do something. Yeah, so I kind of want to just get back there. I feel like I'm like super in great shape once again, kind of like I was when I was really good at Halo, so I want to like go back and see how that ends up.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Well, for me it did, but that's me.
So Mike told me he's gonna play in the AM bracket next season, just find 3 random people, I guess, and play. I don't really care. I think he can still coach while doing that. I'm not exactly sure. I believe he can. So I assume he's just going to be randomly playing in the open bracket and coaching us at the same time. Not sure if that's going to really conflict with schedules or something, but that's next season, so we'll see what happens. If Mike wants to do it, go ahead. Whatever makes him happy.
There was these times like super skinny. I would wake up every day and eat Elio's pizza, and I got dumped on in the game. And then I got my stomach disease. I got super healthy, got super in shape, and then I won 3 tournaments. So we're gonna see, not if I can win tournaments again, but if I could go pro once again.
I wish I was in good shape. I hate Hitch for starting that.
Yeah, it's funny
because at that point, like you just
have to do it.
You can do that with everything, right? Yesterday we were at home and Jude and Liv were putting.
Oh, you did it with them, right?
Yeah, they were. Judith was like doing some arts and crafts with Liv, and then she made this like mirror, and I was like, I wish I had a good looking mirror like that. And then she just fucking looked at me like, I'm like, fucking Hitch.